Today, I'm especially excited because we're sitting with ERRE, one of South Africa's leading luxury fashion brands. Their designs have graced icons. Their client list includes some of the most powerful women in business and culture, and even global fashion houses like Balenciaga have taken notice. And it's the perfect backdrop for today's conversation because we're talking about something that goes far beyond fashion trends. Talking about the keys to power dressing and why it matters more than ever. Power dressing isn't just about clothes. You see, it's about how you communicate authority before you say a single word. It's about confidence stitched into every scene and presence that fills the room the moment you walk in. The way we dress influences how others perceive us, yes, but just as importantly, it transforms how we perceive ourselves. From boardroom to global stages, history has shown us that what we wear can be a form of armor. It's a statement and even a silent revolution. But in today's world, power dressing is evolving. It's no longer about sharp suits and rigid rules. It's about finding your unique expression of strength, authenticity, and elegance. So whether you're stepping into a pitch, preparing for a career-defining moment, or simply wanting to embody your best self, this conversation will give you the keys to unlock the true essence of power dressing. So let's dive in.
What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Come here.
Say it, spit it out. What is it exactly? Your pain is the amount cleaning you out. Am I satisfactory? Today I'm thinking about the things that are deadly. The way I'm drinking you down, like I wanna drown, like I wanna end me. Step on the glass, staple your tongue. Bury a friend, try to wake up. Cannibal class, killing the sun. Bury a friend, I wanna end me. I wanna end me. I wanna end me. I wanna. What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Listen.
Keep you in the dark. What had you expected? Me to make you my art and make you a star and get you connected. I'll meet you in the park. I'll be calm and collected. But we knew right from the start that you'd fall apart, cause I'm too expensive. Your top would be something that shouldn't be said out loud. Honestly, I thought that I would be dead by now. Calling security, keeping my head held down. Bury the hatchet or bury your friend right now. The debt I owe, gotta sell my soul, cause I can't say no, no, I can't say no. Then my limbs are frozen, my eyes won't close, and I can't say no, I can't say no.
Careful.
Step on the glass, staple your tongue. Bury a friend, try to wake up. Cannibal class, killing the sun. Bury a friend, I wanna end me. I wanna end me. I wanna end me. What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Billy.
What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Come here.
Say it, spit it out. What is it exactly? You're paying is the amount, cleaning you out. Am I satisfactory? Today I'm thinking about the things that are deadly. The way I'm drinking you down, like I wanna drown, like I wanna end me. Step on the glass, staple your tongue. Bury a friend, try to wake up. Cannibal class, killing the sun. Bury a friend, I wanna end me.
Ladies, I am so excited. You have no idea. This is like a dream come true for me, seriously. So we've got Natasha here with us. We've got Karina. They are both like the leading designers, the visionaries, the creators. I've had the opportunity to actually go behind the scenes to see where you guys are doing all of the magic. And I have a little story to tell you. So it was during Johnny Depp's trial. And it was just post-COVID, and it was just like on the internet, and I was busy preparing a podcast with Bronwyn Williams, and she gave me a photo which had that specific jacket on, right? And I said, "Where did you get this from?" And she said, "Go to ERRE," and she sent me the website. I went on there, and I bought 8 outfits.
Thank you.
But you know what changed? I stopped wearing fast fashion. And I think that was a pivotal, because I was like, if I'm going to invest in these kind of outfits, then I really have to, there's things I have to let go of. Because I used to, you see, since I left school, I used to buy so many pieces of clothing, wear it 2 or 3 times. But there was something wrong about me feeling comfortable. Like, clothing was never made for me. And then anyway, yeah, and I've always been such a big fan, and I'm so honored that I can sit here in an ERRE design couture and just feel so glamorous and confident. And I want to say thank you so much for being part of my journey now. But I want us to start off. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and how did this all begin? I believe it was in 2013. So let's begin.
Yes. Well, Carmen, it's so nice to hear you talking about how suddenly when you put on an ERRE garment, you feel good about yourself, because that's really what we're trying to achieve. Not just that you look good to the people out there, but that you really feel good about yourself when you're wearing a garment. So we started in 2013. We launched at the ERRE Fashion Week designers competition that we were finalists, and Karina and I used to both be lecturers, fashion lecturers.
Oh wow,
that's how we met.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So Karina used to be the pattern lecturer and theory lecturer, and I was doing more of the sewing part. So we always used to get together between classes and chat about the classes, but also about fashion and so on. And we realized that we both had complementary strengths, so that if we put our strengths together, we could really build a powerhouse brand.
Natasha is truly a genius at 3D draping, whereas I'm more focused on tailoring and flat pattern drafting. And that's where we're different. At that point in time, I was busy with menswear, making suits, and she was doing evening wear and wedding dresses. So we realized if we combine that thought or those skills together, and with a mutual aim for power dressing,
Yes,
that's where our styles came together. That's how we started.
I had the honor to go and play dress up and just to go and see which outfits works the best. I felt like it was my wedding day. I literally felt so. It does make that. I don't even think I felt like that dressing for my wedding day, because I bought, I'm actually not going to say it. I bought my wedding dress from China. oh, sacrilegious, and the stress that caused in my life. But anyway, so it was really such a beautiful experience. But what I love about this, what you're also saying, because something that's very important to our community is being in unity and embracing diversity and working together, bringing our difference to the table. And I love that you're a shining beacon of that. Is, you could have gone on your own, Karina and Natasha, you could have gone on your own, but you decided to merge your skills and look what you've created. I mean, to have the eyes of Balenciaga on it, I mean, like, that is a big deal. Talk to me about that. Like, what was that masterclass like? What was the experience with them? What is it like? It's very foreign to me.
Well, we have to credit another South African brand here, Tila Cindy.
Yes.
He nominated us to be entered into this program. So it's thanks to him. And then it was part of Share Africa.
Yes, it was part of Share Africa, the Fashion Up collections at Paris Fashion Week, that we were one of the selected African designers. And with that came the mentorship with Balenciaga.
Oh my word. Like, I can just
That's
imagine.
amazing.
I mean, I've been watching Kim Kardashian and her journey with them. I mean, like, it's really out there. Oh my God.
Yes. We had to sign a lot of MDAs, just saying. So we can't give away any Balenciaga secrets here.
What I like about your designs is that you can really mix and match it. With other things like a pair of jeans or a platter pants or a pattern, like, you know, and just give it a little bit of that essence out. I mean, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, of course. No, you must wear you style the clothing how you like it. And what the aim of our brand is to remain classic. So it's a piece that you can style with anything in your wardrobe. And with a lot of other South African brands that use bold prints, we are like the calm in the storm, and you can mix and match with beautiful other brands, local brands that does beautiful prints. That's why we only use solids.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because I've never seen a pattern. Never seen a pattern.
No, I can't think of pattern. If somebody shows it to me, I'm like, take it away. Yeah, that's how visually and design-wise things make sense for me, is solid colors and color matching. I'm very strict on that.
Karina's such a creative, like I was like, I want to tag you. She's like, just make sure you're wearing the right color for the grid. So, like, who have you styled before? Like, I think I've seen Princess Charlotte.
Charlene. Princess Charlene. From Monaco, yes.
Yes, she's really a beautiful woman, and she really wears our clothing so well. And it was lovely to meet her also because she is actually an international icon, but still a South African, which is really nice to actually have collaborated with her and dressed her and even made some outfits for her daughter.
Oh, wow.
So it's always been lovely working with her. And even though she doesn't always wear our garments on the red carpet, she actually has so many of our basics that
like
she says she
pants
wears every
you're
day.
wearing.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah.
She loves them.
So that was actually quite a magical, I mean, that's one of the highlights for ERRE, I would say, was when we met her in South Africa, and it was, hardly a week, when our sister-in-law phoned and said she's flying you down to Monaco. We met her in the Pink Palace in Monaco and stayed in Monaco for a week.
What?
Yes.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Oh my
It was
word.
so, and Monaco is so beautiful. It was so incredible. And walking into the Pink Palace is obviously like walking into a museum. I was scared I would miss coffee on a couch that I can see is like 1600s woven fabric. But then when you get to her apartment, she's very casual. She made us coffee.
That.
She's very down to earth.
Yeah. And I've always got the sense of authenticity from her, like very like real, you know?
And the highlight as well was when she opened up her cupboard to show us some of her pieces. You know, there was the ERRE dresses hanging in between the Dior and Valentino. So that was quite a moment for us.
Yeah, it was like,
so exciting.
Wow.
Oh my word. Geez, like, I feel like I need to come work for you.
it is loads of fun working for us.
I mean, the day that I spent with you, I was just like, oh my gosh, my life has changed forever.
You'll be grinded to death. I mean, you will be cutting circles and circles. You're just going to be cutting all day. So it's not always not that much fun. But for us, it's fun.
Okay, so let's get into this conversation around power dressing. Okay, so I have to tell you the most funniest thing. So in doing research for our special project that we are going to announce at the end of this episode, I wanted to really understand the history of power dressing. And I thought, let me go to AI and just ask it to generate different women power dressed. All of them were wearing suits.
Of course.
But of course, that's what AI will find.
And like very male dressed, like suits. There was even one with a tux, type of like, and I was just like, what is this? Now, I want to go back. I heard the term power dressing from my husband. It was very interesting how he framed it. So, he said I was going for an interview, and he says power dress, and I went, what are you talking about? He says, if you want to get people's attention, you got to power dress. And I said, what's different to power dressing in the way I normal dress? He says, like, go all out. Like, you might feel like you're the only person that's dressed like that, but you have to wear your confidence. And my husband talking to me about that was very interesting, and he kept on saying it to me like, when he knows I'm going to have a bad day, or he's like, there was a reprimanding that I had to do at work the one day and do a disciplinary hearing.
Yeah.
And I was just like so nervous in doing it. It was one of my first. And he was like, power dress. You have to stand your ground today.
If you need to fire somebody, dress like a Disney villain.
A Disney villain.
Put on red lipstick, dress like a Disney villain, and then you're going to be fine.
Disney villain, oh my word. Well, I'm always wearing black and red lip. I'm like, oh my God, today I'm just wearing pink lip. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay. And when I worked for Jenna Clifford always used to say, always wear red pouch, because people pay attention to the words that you speak. And when they look at you pronunciating things, that's how you close a deal. I was like, really? It's just become my signature thing. Right, so let's hear about your perception of power dressing. How is this form part of informing how you do your brand, and the pieces that you design, but also what does it mean to you?
If you would allow me to just jump back into history quickly.
Yes.
I'll just give a few quick examples. If you look back even at the Greek and Roman time period, the soldiers and the gladiators wore helmets with horsehair that looks almost like a mohawk. That wasn't just for protection, because actually it's a very impractical thing. It's to make them look taller, more intimidating.
Oh.
So if you look throughout history, there's so many beautiful examples of not just men, but women using clothing as a powerful method. If we jump to the Renaissance time period, you will see Queen Elizabeth in the golden time period of the British history. She was ruled for like 40 years. She was apparently her father, King Henry VIII, was quite a big guy, but she was tiny. And now she's the queen. So she wore platforms that made her like 15 to 20 centimeters taller. You couldn't see it underneath the dresses. Massive hair, and of course massive dresses, because she realized in order to intimidate a male audience, because all of her advisors are male, she had to really convince men with her ideas. She had to take up space. And that's still one of the keys that we use today. And then the common misconception came in the 80s, when women started to try to assert their power in the workspace with these massive, the power-shouldered suits.
Yes.
So that's from the 80s. That was what people perceive as power dressing. But if you look throughout history, there's so many beautiful examples of women being feminine, but power dressing. And that's what we focus on. We don't do tailored suits, because why do you want to look like a man if you can look like a woman? So a lot of our styles and how we employ it is very feminine, because there's power in femininity, not just masculinity.
Yes. Yes, I love that. And I just want to add to that. So I always talk to conscious leaders, and I always talk about there is masculinity is like a power hose, like, whereas if you come with femininity, it's like a sprinkler effect. It's more distributed. It's a soft power, but it's super powerful because it's evenly distributed.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So the ways that we would, for instance, want to create a powerful shoulder, but not, using the masculine ways of doing it, is, for instance, like your bow blouse that you're wearing, creating detail on the shoulders, to draw the eye as well, so that it draws the eye to your face, because you want to convey what you're saying and you want people to listen to you, not just to look at, your pretty outfit, but actually to listen to what you're saying. So oftentimes we use those type of techniques to create shoulder details that are still a strong shoulder, but not your typical suit shoulder padded shoulder.
Yeah, and I mean, like this bow, I have one of the outfits that I bought in the beginning was the green bow. And listen, it's my thing. I love it. And I love it when I have virtual meetings. And I wear it for virtual meetings, because sometimes you have clients overseas and you just have this powerful thing here just happening on the shoulder and you feel like you almost have something to hide a little bit. I don't know. It sounds like I like to hide a little bit. I'm a crab, like I'm a Cancerian. I go into my shell quite often. So I always feel so protected, but I feel so powerful. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
I don't know how to explain it to you, but yeah.
I remember with the COVID time period, when we had so many Zoom or Teams or whatever meetings, I told Natasha, I can't believe that people sit there without lipstick and with a doll, or they blur the background. I'm like, what are you hiding? We would do interviews in front of the most beautiful part of our studio, lipstick, bow blouse. And when there's multiple people on the screen, you can see how many times we get asked questions versus other brands, because we were in meetings with lots of other fashion designers, where the other brands, where the guys are just sitting there, not really engaging. They're not even part of the conversation. So it's almost like we start dominating the dialogue. Because we just bow, lipstick, nice background.
Yeah. It doesn't take much, but I mean, don't you think that, I mean, I've seen it in culture quite a lot, is the pandemic has done something to the way we dress. And I'm guilty of that as well, because I started getting very comfortable in tracksuits and, you know, wearing my sneakers all the time, not wearing heels all the time. And I mean, there's a toxic beauty side that tells us how to look all the time. But there is a time and place when you do need to dress up and you do need to assert your power and your presence. Especially if you're a board member, or you want to be taken seriously, because unfortunately, that is how the world validates you, is how you from externally. So we have this thing in Conscious Leaders, which is about leading audacious inside out. You got to, it's moving from the head space to the heart space. Make sure that you're a good leader, and that you always working on your personal mastery, business mastery, professional mastery. But then you got to and I'm guilty, because now I'm like, I'm sure people are going, oh my gosh, Carmen, but I'm just like, I'm in my era now. I want to show up. I'm ready. Like it's just, and you have to get into that mindset. And it's kind of like interesting how the pandemic has changed a lot about how we dress. And I think fast fashion has really seen a big boom. I mean, there's a lot of boycotting and protest and digital protest against these fast fashions. But I mean, it just became normalized that people just wanted to buy things for the sake of it.
I want to comment and jump a bit back on something you said about dressing up. I mean, we all know beauty standards, and certain things are accepted in society. But fashion actually goes so much deeper than that. Studies have found that the first thing you notice of another person, it's instinctual, is the person's silhouette.
Wow. Not
the color they are wearing. It's the actual physical space, their silhouette. That's the first thing you instinctively notice.
Sure.
So if you just work with that, already you're making an impact. Tall people tend to be more intimidating. That's the first thing you see, and that's the evolutionary thing of self-protection. Essentially, you're trying to figure out how much of a threat is this person, and it's the first thing you think of.
Yeah.
So, not even worrying about what you look like, according to certain beauty standards, but realizing that it's such a subtle but evolutionary thing, how people perceive you.
Yeah.
And that's why one of our mottos are, no, skinny. Nothing must be skinny, because skinny leggings, skinny jeans says, I want to sort of blend in. I want to disappear. I'm so skinny, I want to disappear. You're not supposed to even see or hear me. And that's part of a societal, I'm not going to go all feminist on you today, but it's...
Go feminist, I love it.
You're supposed to shrink into the background, whereas man can sit and man spread and use the whole space. And that's something very integral in how we design. For example, I mean, one of our biggest things, we can get back to the cover dressing right now. One of our biggest mottos is take up space. And I've seen on airplanes, for example, I've got a cape sleeve coat that extends quite far. The sleeve it's quite voluminous. So I've been in a plane where I sat in the middle. Unfortunately, I didn't book my aisle seat as per usual. And there were two men next to me, and I had the armrests because I was actually taking up their space. Usually, if you're in the middle, you're sitting like this. I tell you now, if I had leggings and I looked skinny, I would have been sitting like this, but I was sitting like this. It's my armrest now. So that whole idea of actually taking up space. And also, if you dress to impress, you it's amazing how people react around you. For example, on my travels recently, I had pretty much this outfit on, and because the skirt is so wide, well, I got a lot of compliments, but I would get onto the train and people would stand up for me to sit automatically. And if I'm wearing a skinny outfit, I'm dangling there in the train like this. Nobody's giving me a seat.
So
In this
true.
outfit, it's like sort of instinctual that the guy just stands up and let me sit.
And that you don't get that a lot anymore, hey? It's not a
Mm-mm.
thing that happens anymore.
So
Sure.
it's all these subtle ways that you can actually influence people around you without actually saying anything.
Sure.
It's not like I said, get up, give me the seat. I could have stood easily. It wouldn't have bothered me. It was just that person just felt I needed that seat.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
100. It's like, it's soft power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To get back to COVID, we found with our clients that they were so quickly so over the whole tracksuit thing. And we saw it coming. It's like, are we designing fancy tracksuits? Bow blouse. That's one of the first things we designed.
Yes, the bow blouse was actually designed during COVID time.
Really?
People will want to dress up
Yeah.
and celebrate dressing because they were stuck in their houses for too long in tracksuits, and now they can dress up. So there was a pendulum swing in terms of
I
that.
got stuck.
Well, you've moved out of it now, so
No, I'm
later
very
than ever.
excited about it. I'm like feeling like my inner transformation is done. Or it's not done. It's an evolutionary, it's a continuous process.
Yes.
But I'm feeling like my transformation is such a beautiful process. So yeah, tracksuits. I've got 2 of them. Wearing them less and less and less and less. Okay, so what I wanted to get your opinion on, and I think just for clarity, like body type, what is the secrets to dressing when you have a certain body type? Like I have found my entire life, it has been so difficult because my weight fluctuates a lot. And finding clothing that I can wear through my journey. And I have found like with ERRE, I can go through my journey and I don't have to feel uncomfortable all the time. What is the tips and advice that you can give women of different body types? Because I mean, we always see with toxic beauty, there's only a certain way, the skinny people, and it's hard. It's hard to, and plus size designs are not always that great. And plus size, when you see plus size models, they're like still very skinny.
So we actually like to, even on our website and fashion shows and so on, to actually have plus size models as well. And,
It's really plus
models
size.
of every size, what the beauty standards would consider plus size, and then real plus size women. So we want to show, even on the runway and in photo shoots, that we're not just showing you a dress on a skinny girl and then a plus size needs to interpret it for herself. We're showing you the dresses on somebody that is your size. And also we don't design an outfit starting on a skinny person. Most of our designs, we actually consider curves, and would a woman that is a larger size prefer to have a little bit of a sleeve? How can we create something that is going to be flattering on a bigger size, not just on a small, and then we bring it back to any other size. So I think also that we have always considered when we design things, we wear it ourselves as well. And then we'll realize, maybe this length isn't completely right. We need to adjust it a little bit. So our process, it goes quite a long way from having an initial idea to actually being, on the website or being sold on the runway. So oftentimes I feel we experience that as well. And people give us feedback and so on what works and what doesn't.
We have found with some of our clients that plus size girls tend to not everybody, of course, but tends to shy away from volume. And that's sort of the opposite thing of what you must do. I always like that idea, and we did that with Princess Charlene as well, because she's got quite broad shoulders. The one thing you actually want to hide or diminish, accentuate it. Think diabolically about it.
Okay.
So if you're scared, you think you don't have a waist, so you're never going to wear anything cinched in, do exactly that.
Sure.
And then with clearer focal points, with clearer focal points, we always say that, a woman wants to hide like her love handles, for example. So now she doesn't want to even try on that dress. And we like try on that dress, like our flounce dress. Because people will look at that beautiful detail on the dress and your face. They're not going to notice your love handles. So don't try to hide it. Create a focal point that takes the eye away from whatever you want to hide.
Sure.
because then people just give you compliments and check your face and not your,
100.
Yeah.
So as soon as you go skinny or you dress in a sack, then there's no shape.
Yeah.
It's so sad for me when plus size women wear like just a bag, essentially.
Yes.
With no accentuation.
Yes, you need to accentuate your curves and not be scared of volume as well, because creating volume in an area and then cinching in the waist, I mean, that's beautiful. That's creating an hourglass figure. Even if you don't think you have an hourglass figure, you can create it by doing that. So we oftentimes don't feel like saying, oh, you're a pear shape, you can't wear this, or you're that shape, you can't wear this. We never say that, because
no rules.
It depends on how you style it and how you wear it. Every person is different. So we also encourage ladies when they come into the studio and they say, oh no, I can't wear that style. We always encourage them, just try it. Step out of your comfort zone, because sometimes you become so ingrained in what you think looks good on you that you've completely given up on trying different things. And oftentimes when you try something different, they're like, oh wow, I didn't expect this. I really like this. So that's also really something to do, is step out of your comfort zone.
We really don't believe that there's like this shape, this shape, this shape. Everybody's measurements are different. That's like my poison, you could say. I love it. I love amazing measurements. It's like, ooh, your waist ratio is crazy with your bust. So usually I don't measure the skinny girls. I'm like, your waist is 68, your bust is 82. I just know it. I come in when there's interesting body shapes. And then it's like, wow, your hip ratio. I can't wait to cut for you. So it's everybody's built differently. You must try on quite a few styles and not like Natasha say, be scared to try something new.
Yeah. And I mean, when I was there that day, what I really loved was there was things I was like, I was not sure if this is gonna look great on me. And then actually turns out to be some of the outfits that I ended up with. Like, this is the thing, is you have to try, not that everything I loved everything, but I would, on a shelf, I wouldn't necessarily choose that. You know what I mean? I think it's also the conditioning.
It is
believing that's not going to look great on me. But you'll be surprised when you do. I mean, like this that you're wearing is absolutely gorgeous. Like it's, and I get this whole, like for me, a big thing that I'm insecure about is the breast. It really is. And I cannot tell you how safe I feel. Like I don't have to worry about that part, but I can still show it in a different way.
Exactly.
Does it make sense?
Absolutely.
I absolutely love it. Okay, so while we're talking about your outfits, I want to talk sustainability. So the HERS and Conscious Leaders stands for Human Empowerment, Responsibility, and Sustainability. Very passionate about it. So talk to me about sustainable fashion. What does that actually mean? How do you know if a brand is sustainable? And like, give me examples of how you are a sustainable brand.
So I think sustainability is maybe a bit different for different brands. For us, oftentimes people talk about sustainable fabrics, or they are using 100% cotton or organic materials and so on, which we don't use for most of our collection. But our sustainability comes in at a different angle. So number one, we don't overproduce our garments. So we produce on order. And we can also actually customize sizing for people that come into the studio. Even send us your measurements, like Karina mentioned. When somebody has extreme measurements or different bust to waist ratios, we can actually customize those outfits for you. And when an item is tailored and fits you well, you're not going to throw it out after a year.
Yes.
Like you were saying, you bought fast fashion, you wear it 2-3 times and you don't wear it. If you wear something that really feels good on your body, you're going to continue wearing it and you're going to keep it for years and years and years. So in that sense, it's sustainable because you're buying one outfit and you're wearing it for a long period of time. And it can even be passed on to the next person. It doesn't have to be discarded after a year. So we also, for instance, like this garment is one of our pieces where we have used our offcut fabrics to create beautiful sculptural details. So we found that with certain styles that we have, because we have a lot of fit and flare styles, there's inevitably a lot of offcuts on the sides. And then we were sitting with all these offcuts and thinking, we need to use this because we can't throw it away. And that's where this design style actually started, or this technique, where we take all our offcuts and we cut it into circles, and then we create sculptural techniques with those circles. And so something like this, for instance, comes from offcut fabrics that we have now repurposed. And also in that, we've also created a job role for one of our employees where she is our circle cutter.
Wow.
She sorts the fabric, she cuts the circles, and then we start experimenting with the circles. And she actually has her young boy with her in the studio, whereas she wouldn't have had that opportunity. So we brought her in, and now she's working there, and we're teaching her skills every day, new skills and things that she's doing. So we feel that is, and it's such a joy having her and her little boy there as well. And it's not just about the sustainability of the garments, it's also about community and being a community in our studio, with the people that work with us and all those kind of things as well, which we see as a sustainable brand.
Yeah.
Sustainability is quite complex, and like she said, it differs from brand to brand. The common misconception is that if you're using cottons or linens, you're sustainable or natural fiber. Not necessarily. Cotton and linen are the biggest evil in terms of the use of water. So there's so many things to consider. And then I think one of the fast fashion angle, I think that's one of the most damaging things in terms of sustainability. And it stems from, we've seen a lot of people women don't necessarily know their own style. So they buy almost schizophrenically, cute top, cute, cheap dress. And they wear it once or never wear it. There's so many women I know that they've got tags on these.
Yes.
And
those.
and I think it stems from, you don't actually understand your own personal style. People want to think of themselves and women as a personal brand. And it stems from a self-awareness that you realize what you like, what you don't like, who are you? And once you know you are, it's like a lens. And if you look through that lens of this is me, this is what I like, you're going to buy less. You're going to buy garments you're actually going to wear over and over again because it's you. I think there's too many choices with fast fashion, and it's overwhelming for people that's busy. I understand that as well. Busy with their everyday lives and quickly do shopping, and then they just buy and buy and buy. And it's senseless. Yeah. And that is like almost for me the worst thing about when we talk in terms of sustainability.
Yeah. And I mean, can we have an honest conversation about fast fashion? Like what is, and I know that, like, if I just look at my journey, is I'm 100% the tags. The other day, like, I was finding even more things that still had tags on it. And I was like, I thought I threw this away a long time ago. But and also when you buy things like that, I think when it arrives, it also doesn't necessarily look the way that it was because it's AI generated images.
I've been hearing rumors about it. Yeah.
Like it's like a miscut, and you're like, what kind of body fits into this?
Quite frankly, people must also think logically. If you're buying something for that cheap, it's not going to be
well made.
The right amount of volume, the right length, the right size. It's just not going to be.
Yeah.
If it's something too cheap, if it's too good to be true, it is.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
So the first thing, the price tag. I mean, look, we've got great quality local manufacturers. I'm actually a big fan of Pep and the whole Pepcore group. The cotton t-shirts are affordable because not everybody can afford to wear, tailor-made clothing. Great quality, at the right price. So that makes sense for me.
Yeah.
But what's nice about the local manufacturing, I can't remember who else actually manufactures locally. It's at least you're supporting the South African fashion industry.
Yeah.
And it's South African workers getting proper wages. You can't say that for something cheap you're getting from another country. That's why we are also more expensive, because we pay our workers what they should get. It's hard to sit in front of a sewing machine all day. People don't realize garments don't magically just happen into the air. The order comes in, me or her cuts it, stand they cut. And for a person that's not used to cutting, it might take hours to cut one dress. Then I give it to a worker. And we love our seamstresses. And then they make the dress. Then it's quality checked and ironed and carefully and beautifully packaged by the bank. It doesn't go like this. Some of our dresses take days to make. A leather jacket. I mean, this dress, if you had to count how long it took
just to
the whole
cut
process.
circles
Sure.
and then to stitch each one on one by
Sure.
one.
She
It
pins
takes a
it
very
on
long
one
time.
by one by one, and then it gets stitched.
Wow.
So there's a lot of hands involved in creating this, and that's why it's not that cheap. Because
but I also love it. It's not fast luxury
yeah,
that either. It is really artisan work. Yeah.
when you order from us online, the chances are good that every team member had something to do with that
course.
garment.
Yeah. I
Whether
love
it's just
that.
me pinning a bow or cutting the garment, or for me, it's such a joy to create jobs and to pay my people what they deserve.
Exactly.
It's so important.
I always feel if you're buying something from China and you're wearing it, you should think that this little dress you're wearing now was made by a poor person sitting in a factory for 12 hours a day, seeing no sunlight, being not paid a fair salary. So how do you feel about you're wearing that now and that person was
Don't you
working
feel
in
that
those
unhappiness?
conditions?
Sure.
Is that outfit going to bring you joy, knowing that it is not made in happiness? And our garments are all made with joy.
Yeah.
We have so much joy in our studio. And I think also everybody that works there has this pride in what they're doing.
Yeah.
Really feeling good
Oh, I
about
love
something.
this.
And, when we do, a show and we have all our seamstresses there and they come up on the ramp, you can see them beaming with pride. Like, I was a part of this, And that's also our studio community. We're all really close and we support each other in everything, in the studio and so on. And that's also a part of it. It's not just about making a garment and making money and this is a business, It's like being in a family.
And we freaking love what we do.
Yes.
We love it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
It's just like, it's so beautiful to hear. And also, the sense of purpose that goes on beyond it. But I mean, I love that you're saying this because everything is energy. And when you start wearing things that there is weird energy, I mean, if you want to see change in the world is a messed up place right now. And let's be honest. And we are continuously talking about this. And this is why conscious leadership is so important. Is if you want to see change in the world, then you have to start thinking, vote with your wallet. Vote with your attention.
So important.
Yeah.
Especially today.
Yeah.
definitely.
And understand what's going on in the back end when you do make purchases. Like, I think for me, as you said, one of the things that really got me going with fast fashion was what's happening behind closed doors and, seeing those horrible images and people sleeping for 10 minutes underneath their desk and like crazy things. And it's just not right.
And even one of the biggest business models with fast fashion, I don't want to name names, is the fact that the ship gets sent to pick up fabric and on that ship are garment workers.
Already being made.
That's why it's so quick, because it's being made on the ship.
No way.
Being shipped
That's why
for
my
delivery.
wedding dress was such a disaster.
Exactly. So what a crazy thought.
Yeah. And you're
Sure.
talking about your wedding dress and how it was actually such a stressful situation. I feel like for us, one of the biggest joys of also, seeing clients as when a woman comes in and she doesn't feel really good about herself, but she needs to get a dress for an event or so on. And, you can see that she's not feeling good about herself. Then we make a couple of suggestions and she starts trying on dresses. And immediately she looks at herself in the mirror and she's like, oh, wow, look at me. And she smiles. And you're like, wow, you've really made a difference in this person's life. She's going to go to this event feeling amazing about herself, enjoying it, having a good time, and not sitting there worrying about, oh, I'm not looking good, or everybody's looking at me because I'm not looking good. She's like, everybody's looking at me because look at how good I look, And that's what's important, is people feeling good about themselves, and having a good experience, even if it did cost you more. At least it wasn't a bad experience with, bad conditions where it was created and then gets to you, and then it's just bad energy, like you said, all the way through.
Yeah.
One of our clients actually credits ERRE for helping her with her divorce.
Oh.
She said she felt so bad about herself and what she looked like and everything. And she bought one ERRE garment and then suddenly it's like, I feel amazing. Sweet.
Exactly.
It's a bit going too far if you ask me to credit us for helping her with her divorce, but we've had feedback like that it actually makes a difference. And
It makes women believe in themselves.
and you tend to think fashion is not important and it's so frivolous, but it actually does make a difference.
It does. And, and I know that you said that your clothing is expensive, but I don't think it's expensive at all. If I look at the clothes, I bought 8 outfits, and how many times I've worn it, and it's still, I mean, the green bow is still intact.
Nice.
Like it's still like, and I wear that quite a lot. And, the black dress that I'm always wearing, for me, if I had to calculate how much I spent on fast fashion during that time, and I look at how much I actually spent on that, I think it's the most profitable thing that you can do for yourself.
Well, there's a calculation to make. Can you remember how many times I said I've worn that one wrap dress of ours? Oh, but I've got 5 or 6 black wrap dresses in my cupboard, and I pretty much in the winter time, summer, I only wear that dress since we launched it 2 years ago. So I calculated my first one. I think I've worn it over 300 times.
Sure.
Because I wear it every week. I've got one for every week.
Oh, must be a pleasure working there. Yes.
And that dress costs how much? 3,600. And somebody commented on Instagram saying, this is ridiculous. Why pay so much for a black wrap dress? And the calculation is easy. Divided by the times you're actually wearing it, then it costs what? 10 cents a day to wear.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that's cheap.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's such a great way of working it out. But I also want to go back to something that really hit hard is people, and I was definitely one of those, is I didn't know what my style was. Like, cause some days I feel, what is the word, androgynous? Like some days I want to feel that. Some days I want to feel feminine. Like I want to have different things, but I'm a creative. So I need creative. I need color in my life. If you just go into my house, it's like pop art everywhere. Like I need that kind of stimulation, but I never knew what the style was. And it's such a dangerous thing. Is same thing with, leadership. You can't lead if you don't know who you are. And to become the authentic you need to know who you are. And it's the same with your style of dressing, the audacious inside out approach.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay, so we got a special announcement to make. So for those of you've probably noticed, lately I'm wearing a lot of bows and I'm wearing a lot of ERRE, is because we have partnered and they have been so divine embarking on this journey and just like, yes, let's do it. And I cannot tell you the willingness and the creativity and the WhatsApp messages every day. It's like, oh my gosh, I've got an idea for this, an idea for this. And anyway, that is how the special event that we are doing has arrived, is we are doing an actual power dressing workshop. It is the keys of power dressing. And I was hoping that you could tell us all about it and the experience at the studio and what can people expect to experience.
Well, it sounds, maybe for me, I don't know. Ooh, keys to power dressing workshop might sound boring, but you're going to learn a lot. It's not just about, no, this color will work on you or your body type. It's really about unlocking those, you could say, subliminal messages, how people perceive you, how to create focal points, how not to be scared of taking up space. And then there's going to be lots of fun exercises to figure out what's your personal style. Otherwise, you can't really power dress. It's going to be a lot more interesting than you might think. You just need to hold me back. Otherwise, there might be an hour of fashion history specifically pertaining to power dressing, starting from Mesopotamian times until now.
You're clearly into history.
I love fashion history. If I could do a fashion history podcast, but nobody's going to listen. Nobody's into history.
I love it. Maybe we should have you back to come and talk to us about history. I love talking history. Yeah, let's do it. Like, let's have a conversation about history, because I think that for me, connecting dots, everything is interconnected. Exactly. And then when you start learning, I mean, what is the one thing I'm busy listening to? A book about culture, about people that never used to smile on portraits. Because they didn't smile on portraits because it gave this impression that they're powerful.
Interesting.
And people used to think it's about their teeth, like it's that they maybe have bad teeth or something. But it was actually, you were perceived to be more wealthier and prestige if you didn't smile.
It's crazy.
Huh?
And beauty standards. I mean, it went from now, you need to be light skinned because it means you're sitting in your palace and not working in the fields. Then suddenly it flipped in the Victorian times where you should be tanned and be in the sun because it shows you're not working in a factory. It's like,
It's crazy.
and today, you know, you need to look a certain Instagrammable way.
Schizophrenia, I swear.
Yeah, exactly.
I would highly recommend to bring a charged camera because you might want to take some pictures
Definitely.
of yourself in that property because it's quite something. I mean, I love it. It's
Beautiful.
absolutely beautiful.
Yes, it is beautiful. We will be there, all three of us, to have fun and dress up as well. So it's not just going to be us talking. It's going to be very interactive.
Oh, I love it. And I mean, it's quite an experience to be in the studio and to have your attention with it, of course, because as you know, they don't come out only when there's full body types, measurements.
Yeah, I hide behind my cutting table. I don't come out except for events like this.
Super excited. Ladies, I am so honored and excited to walk this journey with you. I love you guys so much and I have so much respect for you. And I just, it just felt right for me because I'm already an ambassador of the brand. I've been wearing what you're wearing and it just feels like the perfect match. And I'm just looking forward to all of the amazing things that we're going to do together and expect to be here often because I bring people back all the time.
That's funny. Well, it's been fun chatting with you.
Lots of fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that's a wrap. So what we really want to encourage you, if you are in the area, if you are in South Africa, and if you are going to be in the Pretoria area, I'm from Johannesburg, moving over to Pretoria. I'm taking my passport with. If you are in the area, if you're available, on the 6th of September, come and join us. It is going to be a phenomenal session, very intimate, very luxurious, very beautiful. Come and join us because you are going to walk away empowered, transformed, and excited about all of these skills. I've gone through it, so it's absolutely phenomenal. So I just want to say, looking forward to seeing you then. The link is below so that you can go and have a look and see what we have actually been talking about. Bye-bye now.